low down around this time. So, but who am I? So, who am I? So, I can't hear you. So,
Yeah, what up, everybody? You already know what it is. Happy Monday, 5/19. You already know what it is. Happy Malcolm X Day. It is the AM King Show. You already know once again, it's J-Pad the Juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? C, LB, and the Abbott. Mello PDC. We up in here. Welcome everybody to the AM Kings Show. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it is Malcolm X Day, but it also is a great opportunity today for us to put another one of our records on display. So without further ado, we got C in the building, and we putting Untouchable on the joint. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure that y'all tap in with this you know what I'm saying, like this cinematic, you know, Asiatic mathematics. You know what I'm saying? Getting in. Steelers Nation, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. Like, subscribe, share. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know what I'm saying? 8 a.m. on the East Coast. And right afterwards, we're going to go to www.lfxmedia.live. And we're going to tap in with the Mellow Man and the Woke Show. The Woke Show in effect. How was everybody's weekend? Mellow Man, talk about it.
Hey, everything was cool. Everything was cool. Cool beans. Had a great weekend. We did the Booming Systems show.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was a success. We went for 6 hours. All the guys in the panel was in there. And we actually tapped in the show that you were on. I put the
Beat Boys TV.
I put the cell phone up to the mic.
Right. You was tapped in.
Playing y'all's audio.
Right. That was dope.
With the background. Listen.
Oh man.
I gotta check it out and send it to you.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to that. See, how was your weekend?
Weekend was epic. Just loved it. Got some music done. And here we are now.
Here we are now. Staying in the light. LB, what's going on with it, brother?
Not much, man. A good weekend. Yesterday. Oh, boy.
Righteous. You already know. Without further ado, though, we're going to debut to the public here on the AM King Show. This is C. Nagato Kells, and it is called Untouchable. First and foremost, set up the record real quick for us, C.
All right, so think of this as an audio movie. In this particular scene, I've been arrested and taken to the precinct. And this is the conversation I'm having with the cops and they happen to be playing music in the background.
Righteous, righteous. You already know. Here it is, Untouchable on the AM King Show.
So what you bring him in here for?
He's killing words. There's lead nick everywhere. You should have fucking seen it.
You brought him in for graffiti. Man, get him out of here. Hands up, don't touch me. I'm innocent, big. I need my 6 feet, release me. You're here to protect and serve. You're beneath me, can't touch it too weak. Touch me and getting dead in 2 weeks. I am asystematic, you're asystematic. I see you want no static, I see you keep it still. You're the one with the ratchet, you got the right one trying to stunt. Jackie Chan, we gon' rumble in the Bronx. Anything you want, anything you choose, anything you fraud. You know you're gonna lose, you know what I'ma do? Get back my tools, I'ma write about this. I'ma make a killing too, I'm a major villain too. I dropped out of school just to kill a word or two. Matter of fact, kill them all. I promise you not hear until I step up out the building. Someone hit the lights and I'm not talking about the ceiling. My pen is a weapon that you know I'm concealing. Who I am is hidden cause I step up out the prism. You're stuck in the prison, you're a product of the system. I'm a seeking destroyer, so you know I'm about to get him. Hit him quick fast and flash, then I dash out with the 4 horsemen. I'm snorting a portion of words I killed the other day. Intoxicated from words that I slay, motor breath. I spit fire shit, I can make a lake of fire. As a phantom lord, I make it jump in the fire. With no remorse, no regrets, I say this with my chest. Another word, another death, I'm above the rest. More advanced than chess, we could go, I'm not a jest. Not a joke or a test, spreading out the best.
I'm sorry, bro. Fuck. I'm sorry.
Why you apologize? What about my brothers that died? Y'all call it suicide. I call it homicide, cold-blooded. You reptilian, you reptil the end. For a check at the weekend, how can I believe in the lie? When y'all try to take a lie for a little bit of pride or a little bit of change, I don't see any change. Y'all sick in the brain. Which strain of parasites exist in your brain? You need to detox. When can we box for the cheap shot that I got from your punk ass cops? It needs to stop. Would you like if I shot at your apartment and the windows? You should know your kids will not go to school tomorrow. They filled with sorrows, cause you're filled with hollows. You said don't shoot, all I have is a bottle. You have no soul, you're an empty bottle. The shot rings out, your head is down, down, down. The kids are screaming now, your life is headed out. Well, your wife is headed out, now I'm headed out. Who cares what the fuss is about?
Yeah. This is C. Nagato Kells. Untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Movie music, man. See, that was dope. Dope business, man. Dope business. Dope business. Love it. Love it, man. What you think, LB?
Man, that nigga creative, man. I've been listening to, he been sending me music the last few, all weekend, man. I've been loving the fuck out that music he got because it's different. He used his brain. He used his brain when he put the music together because it got like a story to it. So it ain't like just talking or rapping or rhyming and this. He got a whole message on it. You gotta listen to it. So yeah.
Yes, indeed. Simply in the building. Yes, indeed. Author Nikki Nicole said the beat was vibe for real. Yes, indeed. Frank Grandsman. Hey, the chat is live and active in the building. We are in effect. AM King Show. This is Malcolm X Day. Whether they make it a holiday or not, today was the day the man was born. You know what I'm saying? Mello, what'd you think of the track?
Yeah, I've been tapped in as well, and it take me back to Saturday morning kung fu flicks. Yeah, take me back there, and definitely when you think of storylines, I told you about an idea that I had, Pad, that I want to take a storyline and bring it to life. But those kung fu flicks, they always had some type of story and lesson within them. And C is definitely blessed.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We got an EP dropping tomorrow. Simply big kudos and congrats on another project that we got ready to drop out in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, C.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the feedback. It means everything to me. I did this because I felt inspired for me to do it, and I never really did it for uh, great notoriety. I did it to put out a message, and you have to hear it. And then when you hear that message, you're gonna ask yourself, "Is that real?" And then you're gonna start doing research and be like, "Oh wow." And I'm making a whole lot of different references that told me so many different things. Wu Tang is a great influence. Kung Fu flicks. My uncle was a great influence because he plays six string bass. I play six, seven, eight string guitar. He's part of the reason why I play guitar. Um, there was a lot of different influences, and it took me about at least 14 years to put that whole thing together. So
Yeah, yeah, I remember the story well, man. That was just it felt really cinematic when we were in the studio down there at One World. Big shout out to One World for putting the album together with us. You know what I'm saying? I got tracks on there with C. You know what I'm saying? I produced a few tracks on the album. And yeah, man, and it was really fun too at the same time,
mm,
man. We kind of
mm,
like just locked in like Voltron, me, you, Shawnee, QS,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody that was in the building, you know what I'm saying? Like, big shout out to everybody doing the damn thing. And C's album, make sure y'all go check it out. C Nagato Kel's Topic, and you will find the album. Just tell them the title of it real quick. C.
it's called etymologicide. That word means the murder of words. So the audio movie is about me murdering words, and the story about things that's going on within me murdering words.
Ah, cool. And Nikki Nicole said, when did you fall in love with the mic?
Oh, I would say, listen, it's so many
First of all,
memories that I
first of
have.
all, see, tell them where you from, so they know where you're from.
All right, if you want to know where I'm from, the building where DJ Sky LaRock got killed at, that's where I'm from. That very building he got shot at and killed in front of, that's the building I'm from. High Bridge, the
Absolutely,
Bronx. I'm
the
from the
Bronx.
crack era. Just because I'm from the area doesn't mean I'm of the area. Don't
Yeah,
get it twisted though. I protect myself and my family. I'm a love kind person all the way through and through. And a part of love is protection. Now back to my roots. I fell in love with hip hop, I guess since conception, since I was able to hear.
right.
And and I realized it's just all around me. Music is everywhere. It's in your heartbeat. It's in the words that we're talking right now. Right now, there's something called notes that we're using right now. Notes is timing and pitch. We're talking in timing and pitch right now. There's music all around us, everywhere. It's called universe because it's one verse being sung at one time.
Ha love it. See, love it, man. Great explanation, man. Thank you. Dismo said the song is dope. You know what I'm saying? Big flowers given to the brother C. You know what I'm saying? And we'll run another one. You know what I'm saying, this week. You know what I'm saying? So that way they can get familiar with the project again, and make sure y'all go ahead and check out. You know what I'm saying? The project from C Nagato Kells. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, today she said, "Love the way you think." Hey, man, we all have the ability to do such. And we talk about this all the time on the show. It's really what you desire. What you desire exists around you the most. If you desire peace, you desire love, you desire tranquility, you desire, positive energy, it all is going to stay around you and from the inside out, as we always say here on the AM King show. But I felt like it was only right, fellas, before we get into our rundown today, that we pay homage to Malcolm Little, aka Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Today is his born day. He would have been 100 years old today. He would have been 100 years old. Malcolm X would have been 100 years old. But I feel like it was only right to show a clip from the fantastic, iconic movie, Malcolm X. That was Denzel Washington playing Malcolm X. Spike Lee did the movie. How it did not win an Oscar that year is beyond me. I don't, I still can't fathom it. Um, SEE. What's the streaming name? C? No, it's SEE, just like you see in his name down below. If you type that in and go topic, you know what I'm saying, you'll find C's music. You know what I'm saying? You'll find the album. You'll find the album, you'll be able to listen to the album. But yeah, Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? Once again, an iconic film. You know what I'm saying? I know we all on the panel have seen it. You know what I'm saying? It aired in it debuted in 1992. You know what I'm saying? Mellow Man PDC, could you give us some insight, on Malcolm?
Um, the movie
Um, the movie
or the
Well,
man?
or
both.
man?
Both.
uh, I felt like
I
the
felt
same
like
way you
the
ended about
same way you ended about
the awards
the
we
awards we
received, and
received, and
us being independent,
us being independent,
starting off with Spike Lee
starting off with Spike
and
Lee
Denzel.
and
And I
Denzel,
mentioned it on
and I
another show
mentioned it
that I
on
felt
another
like
show
they should
that
have
I felt like
continued
they
that
should have continued
collaboration
that
and
collaboration
build together.
and build
But I
together.
think
But I think
Big Hollywood was
Big
calling
Hollywood
Denzel,
was calling
so he
Denzel,
had to answer
so
the
he had
call.
to answer the call.
But his
But
life,
his life,
it was so interesting
it was so
because
interesting
he came from the
because he
bottom
came from the bottom
and beat
and
drug
beat
addiction.
drug
He
addiction.
was a pimp.
He was a pimp.
He saw the light
He saw
while he
the
was
light
incarcerated,
while he was
and that's
incarcerated.
where he became Malcolm.
That's where he became Malcolm.
But the,
But
the third part
the
of
third
his
part of his
transformation
Hmm.
transformation
happened when he actually
happened
took
when he actually
the
took
uh, the
the
journey
the journey
Hmm.
to Mecca,
to Mecca,
and then he realized,
and then he
like, hey,
realized, like, hey,
it's just like
it's
he said,
just like
one
he said,
universe,
one universe,
and we're
and
all
we're
speaking
all
and
speaking
from different
from
cultures,
different
but
cultures,
love
but
should be the
love
same.
should be the same.
And I feel like at
And
that
I feel
point,
like at that point,
when he
he
was
was
under the
under the
tutelage
tutelage
of the
of
Honorable
the Honorable
uh,
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 Muhammad, that
Muhammad, that
he saw some things
he saw some
within
things
the
within
organization
the
that
organization
actually
that
separated him
actually
from them,
separated him
and
from
it was
them, and
some
it was some
sad truths
sad
that
truth
he exposed, and I
that
think
he
that
exposed, and I think
was
that
pretty much
was pretty
what
much
led to his demise.
what led to his demise.
Understood. Well said. Well said. See, what did you? Any thoughts on Malcolm today?
Well, what I feel about Malcolm is that, and what I know about Malcolm is a man of his word, a masculine man.
No doubt.
Uh, Basically, those few words. Take
Okay.
those examples and live with that.
Absolutely. 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 LB.
Yeah, he was just a man. He seen what was going on, the change. You know what I mean? He had to put it all, worked it out, and put a better home.
No doubt. No doubt.
Some peace.
For sure, for sure. You already know. And me myself personally, Malcolm X, the movie itself, just talking about from the movie standpoint, what a great if anybody was to do a documentary on somebody, I don't think you could have got more spot on than Malcolm X. I encourage everybody in our chat and watching us on YouTube and Facebook to go take some time out today and watch Malcolm X. Watch Malcolm X. You know what I mean? Regardless of whether the story was completely accurate or inaccurate, it is a 3 hour and 21 minute movie. And it, to me, serves a fitting description of who he was and the man that he was and the things that he had to endure and the things that he overcame. And, it was just such a monumental and instrumental piece to our history. And Dismos just said, I was born in Omaha around the corner from Malcolm's family house. Wow, that's crazy, which is now a memorial or like a little museum. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? For his, I mean, I'm telling you, when you tap into the AM King show, you're going to get a lot of information on history, and it's also very important for us to give flowers to Malcolm X because he stood for us trusting one another at some point. You know what I'm saying? If everybody remembers the end of the movie, the most instrumental thing that he said at the end of the movie, right before he got killed, the irony of it all is they were like, "Let us protect you, brother Malcolm. Let us protect you." And he put his hand on the security's shoulder and he said, "Brother, at some point in time, we have to trust our own people." So Malcolm believed in that, And I think that that's just, it spoke volumes um, about the person that he really, really was. Dismo said, and they got the podium from the Audubon when he was shot displayed in the house. Wow. So if you're ever
Wow.
in Omaha, go check out the memorial or the Malcolm X Museum. You already know what it is, man. But without further ado, let's take a few minutes and just get some give some flowers to Malcolm X.
I must emphasize at the outstart that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is not a politician.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm not here this afternoon as a Republican, nor as a Democrat. Not as a Mason, nor as an elk.
Tell us what you here for.
Not as a Protestant, nor a Catholic.
That's right.
Not as a Christian, nor a Jew.
All right now.
Not as a Baptist, nor a Methodist.
Yes.
In fact, not even as an American.
Yes, sir.
Because if I was an American, the problem that confronts our people today wouldn't even exist.
That's right.
So now we ain't Americans, huh?
So I have to stand here today as what I was when I was born, a black man. Before there was any such thing as a Republican or a Democrat, we were black. Before there was any such thing as a Mason or an elk, we were black. Before there was any such thing as a Jew or a Christian, we were black people. In fact, before there was any such place as America, we were black. And after America has long passed from the scene, there will still be black people. I'm going to tell you like it really is. Every election year, these politicians are sent up here to pacify. They're sent here and set up here by the white man. This is what they do. They send drugs in Harlem down here to pacify us. They send alcohol down here to pacify us. They send prostitution down here to pacify us. Why, you can't even get drugs in Harlem without the white man's permission. You can't get prostitution in Harlem without the white man's permission. You can't get gambling in Harlem without the white man's permission. Every time you break the seal on that liquor bottle, that's a government seal you're breaking. Oh, I say it, I say it again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. This is what he does.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Boy, what a powerful, powerful scene in the movie Malcolm X. Rest in peace, Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? He would have been 100 years old today. He was born in 1925 and it is 2025. So 100 years of Malcolm X, and then as the movie said at the end, I am Malcolm X. You know what I mean? So we giving flowers to Malcolm today. In chat, if you have any memories of what you know about Malcolm X, please put it down. Misery is in the building. What's up, Miz? You already know, man. I saw the Blunt Conversations podcast this weekend. I got a chance to watch the replay. Good work, bro. Good work. And I know it's going to keep going up. Everybody, make sure y'all tap in to the Blunt Conversations podcast. I will be on this weekend coming up with Misery on Blunt Conversations podcast. So make sure you guys tap in and tune in with that. You already know. Now we're going to get into our topics of the day. You know what I'm saying? Did you guys get a chance to watch any of the NBA playoffs over the weekend?
The Knicks.
The Knicks have moved on. They are in effect. You know what I'm saying? And they will begin their quest to get to the NBA Finals against Misery's Indiana Pacers on May 21st, which is 2 days from now. You know what I'm saying?
History.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's been 25 strong years since the Knicks have made it to this point. And the Pacers have made a resurgence as well. It should be a barn burner of a matchup. That's 8 p.m. May 21st, the Pacers versus the Knicks, game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. And the day prior, the Timberwolves will face, now we know, as by the score here, 93 to 125. The Thunder took care of the Denver Nuggets in 7 games. So it will be the T-Wolves and the Thunder on May 20th, which is tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Make sure you guys are tapping in. The NBA playoffs is alive and kicking. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's on Pacer Nation. It's war. Yes, this is a classic matchup. Mello, I know you know about this matchup. It's just one of the greatest rivalries in the history of the Eastern Conference. Talk a little bit about your knowledge of it and what do you see happening in that series?
Um, here's one symbol that I can give you that when I show you this, Pad automatically gonna be like,
Oh, the
Damn.
Reggie Miller moment was
the
one of the most.
the
Oh, it
Reggie
was one of the most.
Miller. And ironically, you know who he was
Spike
doing that to?
Lee.
It was Spike Lee.
Yes, indeed.
And it's a little video going around with Cam being held at gunpoint,
Yeah,
telling the Knicks to get rid of
yeah.
Spike
The
Lee. The
spoof
only thing
it.
he had good was Malcolm X and do the right thing. But that rivalry, yeah, man, many memories sitting in the hood, watching it with my brother. R.I.P. to
R.I.P. to
DC.
DC.
Me, him, JT, Chili J. We sat in a lot of memorable NBA moments. We sat right there in my living room on 21st and Holland. Uh, what
Boy,
I
do I
do want to
remember
say
those days.
about you're right,
It
it
was
was up,
up.
man. It was up. Um, just to give some insight to the youth in the NBA, the OKC Thunder is the youngest one seed to ever make it this far.
We got to give credit to
So
that.
if you're yeah, the Nuggets, the three MVPs that Joker has and all of that, like they're still very strong team. But we got teams like the T Wolves and the Thunder that and ironically, if y'all remember the trade with OKC and the Clippers, and they thought that Paul George, yeah, that's going to be a nice chip. We're going to toss dude away and send him to OKC, and that's his team, and he's only 23. He's well spoken. He can ball, and I like to see players like that. If I was to give a prediction, if I was to roll the dice, I'm going with the T
Mm.
Wolves.
And that's quite the irony of it because we have to give flowers to one SGA this morning. He is the 2024-25
SGA.
NBA MVP. That just came down the wire over the last day.
Mhm.
So congratulations to SGA. He definitely earned it. He showed out yesterday. I think yesterday's performance pretty much nipped it in the bud, but he is the league MVP, and we must give him, as a young man, as young as he is, to be the MVP of
Mhm.
the NBA is speaking volumes and how they turned that franchise with the youngest team in the league all the way around to the number one seed and looking good going into the playoffs. I think it's going to be a very highly, a competitive series. Both teams match up well in a lot of ways. You got a former defensive player of the year in Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? You got the Ant-Man, which we know he's coming to play. Uh, Make no mistake
Mhm.
about that. The only thing I can see matchup wise is SGA is going to dominate Conley. I think there's a couple of mismatches in a couple of different ways. Williams, you got to keep Williams at bay. You know what I'm saying? And Ant-Man, I think, can do the job on that. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. But as far as the East, getting back to the East real quick, man, the Knicks and the Pacers is going to be huge. Misery said, all my New York family, we not cool for these playoffs. Yeah, it's a rivalry, man. That's what it is. And also
Mhm.
Misery said Reggie was that boy and John Starks. Yes, we can't forget the iconic dunk John Starks did on the Bulls that one year, the lefty
Ooh,
and left him. But yeah, basically,
baseline. It's on a
Yes,
couple
yes,
people.
yes. On a couple, yes, indeed. I think Horace Grant was in that mix, but nonetheless, oh yeah, big rivalry, and I can't stand their new point guard. Oh yeah, Jalen Brunson is he was a strong runner up for MVP this year, and he's definitely going to be a problem for Halliburton, and Halliburton I think is going to be a problem for him as well. So it's
He's
going to be
Mr.
an interesting.
Clutch.
Both of them are very, very clutch players, especially at the end of the game. You never know what's going to happen in that series. Misery's predicting Pacers in six. Misery also said not OKC, but the Wolves out the West. Okay, we'll see exactly how that goes down. Pacers out the East. We'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, chat, for tapping into that. You know, we had to get our NBA fix in real quick. I want to go to an
Yeah.
update now, fellas. The Mellow Man brought this one to the light, and we're going to talk about this real quick. And this is close to home. See, the New Jersey Transit reaches a deal with striking engineers union. Rail operations will resume tomorrow, the railroad said. And man, of course it's going to not show me the whole entire thing, but there was a 3 day strike. And Pete, could you give us a little insight on that?
Back to the screen. I was getting some friend requests. See what's going on. But yeah, that uh, for a city that is so populated, that is a major situation because you don't do a lot of driving because you can't because it's too many people. So that being the heart and soul of their transportation for them to cut it off, it's a lot of things going to be affected. So I haven't been up that way in a while, but I've been on the F train from through all five boroughs, and it's something that's very necessary. So they really got to pay attention and you know come to some type of agreement.
Absolutely. Now it looks like they struck a deal and they'll be back in operations tomorrow. So that was a good watch because they got some work done on that and they finally got it together. And the Mellow Man, hey, all right.
You think he's
All
special
right.
now?
Yeah.
I
You think
am
good comeback? Good
Hey, he said, I
comeback.
am special, brother. I just am. Big shout out to the Princess Leia. You know what I'm saying? No, no pun intended with Star Wars. Big shout out to
Yeah,
Princess Leia.
yeah,
You already know. You know what I'm saying? The Queen of
yeah.
the
Need
Queen of
that
LFX
energy.
Media. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's what we got
Yeah,
going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, see, you
energy.
being a veteran of travel in New York, being from New York, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? How important was it for them to get that deal done?
Oh, exponentially important. And the only reason why they got that deal done because they lost money.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
tried to put the chokehold on the union, and the union said, "You're going to
Yeah,
lose
they
money."
did. They're just greedy.
He
Like,
said it no other way but
like,
greedy. I
like,
mean, because how much money do they actually make a year? Because
you have enough money to retire you, your children, your grandchildren, and your great grands.
absolutely, you're talking about the people that own the railroad system in that whole entire region because it spreads all the way from New York to New Jersey. Am I correct?
Yeah, not just that. Connecticut, well, it'll branch off. It's all a part of MTA. New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. It's all a part of MTA.
Which is
They just
Metro Transit Authority, right?
transit authority. Yeah, there's just different branches. So that same train will go to Manhattan. It'll turn to the MTA. Then from Manhattan to go to Connecticut, it'll turn to Connecticut.
Pay attention, chat. If you've never been to New York and you've never been to the surrounding areas, Connecticut, Jersey, New York City itself, she's breaking it down to you right now how you get around on the train.
Yeah, so it all connects at Grand Central in Manhattan. So this happened in New York before, and it was crazy. I happened for like a day or two. Man, that was just crazy traveling alone. I was like, man, after this, man, I'm not going anywhere. There's no point. going
Yes,
anywhere.
yes, it's crazy. I mean, I've hopped the train. You know what I'm saying? I was staying in Harlem recently when we had the event over there with Shawnee, and I jumped on the train system. I've been on the train numerous times. I was on the train with Miss Toy. We were on the train getting from place to place, and travel by train is so critical in that region. And it's so important, like if you were relying on car, unless you have like a high end scooter like C does, or some type of electric bike or something like that in the city, which or scooter, what I'm saying, or a smart car, a little ass smart car. Y'all be thinking the smart car ain't got no value. Well, live in New York City, I guarantee you're gonna want one because the parking up there in double parking and things of that nature,
Ridiculous.
you don't want to experience that. It would be a shell shock. Let me put it to you like that. It would be a
You'll
shell
have
shock.
PTSD.
Yes, indeed. Because during the daytime, if you don't get your vehicle and move it at a certain time when the street sweeper's supposed to come through, they are going to put Das Boot on your vehicle. There's no other. They're gonna put an immobilizer on your car, and you gonna have to go through loops and hoops to get that boot off your ride. So you have to pay. You got to move your vehicle for the allotted time that you have to move it, and then try to find a way to find the same parking spot which you really ain't gonna be able to do. You're gonna have to go around the corner, couple blocks up the street, blah 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 blah, just to get to parking again. You know what I'm saying? Knowing of me being a veteran of traveling back and forth between Pittsburgh and New York City, I learned that lesson, and I learned it sternly and well. LB, you've been to New York before?
I've been in New York as a young kid just to see like the motherfucking Statue of Liberty. We was in the traffic downtown, but we never caught the train or did none of that other stuff. So I
Oh
can't.
man, yeah,
So
yeah. That's the experience that you got to have if you're in New York. And really, at the end of the day, getting to the train is so much more accessible than any other mode of transportation in that region, and it's so densely populated. You know what I'm saying? It's so you guys don't understand. Everybody's like, man, LA big, blah, 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 big. Shit.
It's
New
not
York City,
dense.
no,
It's
it's not dense.
dense.
Dense
It is
means like
dense.
population. It's like sardine packed in type dense. 8 million people live in the city, not the metro of New York, the actual city of New York City.
Just Manhattan. We're not talking about Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island. We're talking about just Manhattan.
mm,
It can literally take you well over an hour to drive from one borough to another.
Two, even. That's why
Two.
I'd rather go to Pennsylvania than go to Brooklyn from the Bronx.
I swear up and down, it's easier to get there than it is to get anywhere in New York.
And it's
Um,
only 3 miles away.
right. This is the crazy part about it, and people don't know that this is the crazy part about it.
And
Is
the
that
straight line is 3 line is 3 miles. Straight line.
look to go to Brooklyn from the Bronx could take you a
You
few
gotta
hours,
go through the Bronx, through all the way Manhattan,
and
then you get to Brooklyn.
then you got to cross the bridge,
Bridge.
the bridge, not the Queens Bridge, but the Brooklyn Bridge
Brooklyn Bridge.
to get to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And don't say I gotta go to Brooklyn Heights.
See you later. I'm not going.
Right. that part,
I live
man.
in Bushwick. All right. See you later.
Yeah, peace. You know what I'm saying? If you're not on the train, forget about it. So that was very important. Thank you, Pete, for bringing that information to us, man, because we need to know about. Go ahead, Pete.
Also, I don't know if y'all seen yesterday or the day before, a ship crashed into the
Oh yeah, the
Brooklyn
Spanish
Bridge.
ship. Yes, we did see that.
Yeah, the
Yeah, that was,
Spanish
and
ship
people got
killed
killed
two
two
people.
people. Oh, the update is now two people
Two
have
people.
passed
Oh
because
wow.
I've seen critical injuries. I've seen people getting injured by the masts getting broken. Now that is really like wild business right there. Like, why would you try to pass under a
It is.
bridge with a mast that is so tall that you know it's not going to pass under the bridge. Like there's something going on there. We're going to keep an eye on that, P. We'll try to
Yeah, they said it was going in reverse, so I don't really know. We're gonna tap
going in
into it,
reverse too.
but
Okay, so now we really got to tap in and we got to check it out. We're gonna uncover that
yeah,
one and bring it to you guys Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna move.
sure. What I real quick, what I did want to mention back in the day, I don't remember if it was Trailways or Bluebird. Was that bus on
I want to
19th
say it was
Street?
Bluebird
Was it
Greyhound.
Bluebird.
Bluebird? No, no,
on
on
19th,
No,
19th Street.
19th,
no,
East 19th. That was Bluebird, if I'm not mistaken.
That was Bluebird. So we used to take the Bluebird to New York as kids,
Now,
as
Bluebird
teenagers,
wasn't
whatever. So
Greyhound. Bluebird was
it was its own entity. It was a smaller bus company, but for $99, it took us to New York and dropped us off at the Rockefeller Center, 30 Rock. And it dropped us off at 9 o'clock in the morning and it came and picked us back up at 9. So we would be around the city shopping. We hop on the F train, go from top to bottom. And it was wild because we was teenagers on the train from out of town with furs and boots and gold. We
yeah,
was
bold, man,
bold.
because
Shout out to
That was bold.
like
That's real bold.
that's super
That's next
bold.
level bold.
Yeah,
was
yeah. I will say
next
this:
level bold,
one of my
man.
fondest memories is I was able to, the very last year that it was open, I was able to soak in the energy and the culture of the Albee Square Mall. You know what I'm saying?
We stayed in
Square
there.
Mall in Brooklyn was just a magical place. I don't think I've ever seen that many people that look like me just walking around, moving around. It was a cultural explosion in my face, man. It was so overwhelming that I just had to sit down on the stoop in the mall and just watch the people walking by and see the sea of people, no pun intended, the sea of people that would just go in and out of the Albee Square Mall and move around and interact with each other, man. It wasn't the day that I was there. It wasn't. I felt no stress. I felt no tension. I just seen a bunch of beautiful people around. It was a wonderful thing. If you ever get a chance to go to New York City, just know get on the train. Don't mess around. And certain trains, because if you go on certain trains at certain times of the night, you're in trouble. And I'm gonna tell you that right now. You don't want to get on the train going certain places at a certain time of night because the jooks and the crooks are definitely going to get you. And oh yeah, them too, them too.
They be
So
slumped. They be slumped.
oh man, wild business. Trust me. I was on the train at night one time and I made that critical mistake. And I said, no, no, no. Yeah, let's come back to earth and realize that we in the wrong place and definitely at the wrong goddamn time. I said, "Shit, I'll contemplate walking them long ass city blocks before I get on the train. Go
yeah,
on.
them models are ridiculous. So yeah, that's crazy.
Hey man, listen. Hey, it wasn't playing. Guru wasn't playing when he was talking about how you take the train out there. You know what I'm saying? Also, the craziest shit in them trains. Yeah, oh yeah, there's some wild things that happen in the train. Trust and believe. You just got to be careful moving around in New York City. We're gonna move to our next topic, real quick, fellas. You know what I'm saying? We've had a good morning. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tapping in with us. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. YouTube, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? The AM King Show. Like, subscribe, and share. You know what I'm saying? But this right here I found interesting, guys. And let's talk about this because we're going to go to the WNBA real fast. The WNBA is investigating alleged hateful comments from fans during the Fever versus Sky contest on opening weekend. And as you can see, you know what I'm saying? We'll open it up so you can see Angel Reese. The WNBA announced on Sunday that it has opened an investigation into alleged hateful comments made by fans at Gamebridge Fieldhouse during the Indiana Fever's 93-58 win over the Chicago Sky. That's a beating. 93 to 58. win over the Chicago Sky. I even said the score wrong. That's how bad of a beating it was. But the WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms that have no place in our league or in society. The league wrote in a statement, "We are aware of the allegations and we are looking into the matter." The Fever also issued a statement saying the organization is assisting the league in its investigation. It says, "We are aware of the allegations of inappropriate fan conduct during yesterday's game, and we are working closely with the WNBA to complete their investigation. We stand firm in our commitment to providing a safe environment for all WNBA players." You know what I'm saying? There was an incident in the game where, Caitlin Clark was called for a flagrant foul on Angel Reese. We all know that there is a rivalry going on between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That is like the matchup that everybody wants to see. Um, you know, um, you guys know that they have an agenda on no space for hate. And so, talk about that, and talk about how in professional sports in general, you know, uh, gets to these points and where fans take it a little bit too far. LB.
It's the pressure of the sports. Everything's gambling now, so you know what I mean. Everybody's got that little added pressure on there, so the fans are upset. The girls are competitive, so that's just a competitive spirit. You're just trying to win, so the extra pushing and all that stuff. That's just, you know what I mean. Even Michael Jordan did it for like a mental advantage. So it's
Yeah.
always, to me, always been going on. People always been doing that, so it's just something that's been going on, but they just exploiting it more.
Yep. 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 Mellow Man.
From what I've seen of Angel Reese, I think I'm a good judge of character. She seems to have character that this particular generation, they're different from us. You know what I mean? So our character and their character is different. From what I've seen her interacting with the fans, interacting with NBA players, I've seen her just been a stellar act. And she gets a bad rap because they want to call her ghetto and this, that, and the other. But she's talented. She's young. She's got a lot to learn about the game. Uh, I think Caitlyn gets a bad rap as well because she's very talented, and they make it a race issue. I just like just athletes that put it all on the line, and you can tell watching Caitlyn play, she puts a lot of time in practice.
Oh my.
You know,
Nobody
so
can
you
take away her work ethic, her talent,
that that
basically being the face
release,
of the league. Like,
that release, the pick and rolls, all of the basic fundamentals of sports, she has it. She has a little ways to go. She's turnover prone, but they're all young, and I wish the ladies would get paid more. It's
absolutely.
crazy because they come in with multi-million-dollar NIL deals and end up going to a team that's going to pay them 100,000 a year, which is unfortunate because if they don't go to the league, then they lose those NIL deals.
Right. Right, right. That's a big, big, big statement. Pay these
Yeah.
WNBA players like they should be paid. It's no longer excusable. We want our women to receive the compensation that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark, Dismo said, I just can't stand her name.
Hmm.
You know what I
Jenner.
mean? Jenner. Hey, yo, funny as hell. But yeah, I think that is really important. See, what do you think?
What I think is times are different, you know, and I'll say this something that my grandmother taught me. You can never control other people. You can only control how you react. So if someone wants to make hateful speech, well, that's on them. If somebody wants to retaliate because they said something hateful, well, that's on them too. Say someone says something hateful to me, like, okay, you said something hateful. You're not gonna touch me.
Hmm.
That's a reflection of
That
you,
part.
not me. You don't like the reflection?
Tammy checking in this morning. Tammy checking in this morning. Tammy Crable, good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Steel City representing the Queens and the Kings are in the building. Thank you for joining the AM King Show. Like, subscribe, and share. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. sharp on the East Coast because this is where we at.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Comment. Make sure you guys
Talk to each
comment.
other.
And make sure right on. You already know. Thank you so much for tapping in, and thank you, C, for that. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a key thing. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn how to react better, and so we don't be bitter. My favorite quote, fellas, is react better so you don't be bitter. Because if you react poorly, you will be bitter. If you react positively, you will be better. And you'll learn how to navigate through life a lot more smoothly when you learn how to react better. That is a key thing. Channel from the inside out, y'all. Do not let the outside world control what's going on the inside. Let the inside world control what's going on in the outside and stay in control and stay in the light. Here's our next subject, though, guys. This one I wanted to bring up. Neil deGrasse Tyson on did 19th century scientists get race wrong? I thought this was interesting for today. And let's have a listen.
Do you realize that the most racist scientific community ever were 19th century anthropologists? They're the ones that set up the race and the this, and white male humans were at the top of the evolutionary ladder, and blacks and everybody else were lower, still evolving, closer to the apes, and all of them for coming out of the 18th century into the 19th century. My point is, in the 1990s, now that we can do genetic tracking and things, now we do genetic tracking, the world found out that Europeans are between 1% and 3% Neanderthal genetically, and Africans are 0% Neanderthal. So in the 1990s, research papers started coming out talking about how creative and imaginative the Neanderthals must have been and how they used tools. A complete facelift of the Neanderthal that started at the time they learned this. Do you realize that the
Real interesting. Let's go around the horn. See.
All right. So, in order to fully digest something like this, a person would have to go into studying human history. And you're going to have to dig deep. And you're going to come across a lot of people like Zachariah Sitchin, people like that. You come across Bob Saget. I think it's Bob Saget, right? Anyway, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Just making sure. So, in terms of all of that being said, we also have to realize that we weren't given our proper history lessons while we were coming up in school, because they didn't necessarily want us to know the truth about mankind's origins and things of that nature. So I'll say something like this on this. Neanderthals and us people of melanin color, yeah, we may share some similarities, yet we also have to comprehend that there is an obvious outside force manipulating and playing with human genetics. I can leave it at that. And it's obvious. Scientists are saying this. They're saying that the Caucasoid gene popped up out of nowhere 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. Someone's doing something.
Real deep, man. It just makes me want to dig more into it to understand genealogy, to understand, these things. And Mellow Man, do you have a take on it?
Well, to tie in what C just said, Caucasoid from the Caucasus Mountains. More. hey, I'm just being real.
Hey.
I'm trying to spell it out. Caucasoid Mountain. Now, like C said, they want to compare us to apes and this, that, and the other. What's my man name on the Planet of the Apes?
Caesar.
He was Caesar was pretty smart.
Get your damn hands off me!
Yeah, but the Caucasians are closer to that form of life than we are. I mean, the Asiatic man, the original man, it's history. I mean, if you dig deep enough, you just see that we're the original man. Period. So
Yeah, yeah,
we talked about the creations we've done. Fire is one of them. So we could keep going up the line, down the line, however you want to do it. But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I
learn.
thought it was important for us to at least put that up for our purposes because we do like to go back into the time capsule and
Mm,
really put things in perspective because life is more than just what's going on in the current world today. We also need to
mm,
go back because some of our people are not educated on certain things that for context purposes why things are the way that they are. If nobody compared us to apes, then we wouldn't have to put this subject up where we have to go and get factual. You know what I'm saying? So next time you see somebody that's racist say, "Oh, the monkeys, this, that, and the third," we can go say Neanderthal. I mean, it's
mm.
just certain things that we need to just eliminate, and by putting it in perspective, we can see how silly that is and how we need to just eliminate it. We're all people, and like C said, we're all one race, one one race. They came from everybody came from the same region. If you really want to, we put this out there, right? And we all came from the same region. L. You know what I'm saying? Break it down, bro.
Y'all summed it up. What else can I say?
Yeah, true. True. Hey, just keep on smoking, man. You know what I'm saying? Because why not?
Right.
Go ahead,
Real
Steve.
quick, just using deductive reason, the Caucasoid was found in the Caucasus Mountains, and they were there reportedly for around 2,000 years, and they came out. Well, who put them there in the first place if we were the original people here? How were they created in the first place if we were the original people here? Deductive reasoning suggests that we were the ones that created those people that doing what they're doing. So somewhere along the line, someone got to say, hey, maybe we created these people, and maybe we need to take responsibility for these things.
Mm,
Yakuf. Yakuf.
Thank you.
right.
Like it's like whether that story is true or
Oof.
not, it's the simple fact that scientists say that this gene popped up out of nowhere 6 to 7 thousand years ago, and according to history, we found them out there, took them out the caves, and taught them how to clean themselves and how to live. How they get there in the first place?
Mm,
Hmm.
mm. Woo-hoo. Hey, man, you're going to get the food here on the AM King show. That's all I got to say is we got all kind of flavors, if you will, and you have to sample them. You know what I'm saying? Because the more well-rounded we are, the more educated we are as a people. One race. Now, I'm not just talking about black. I'm not talking about white. I'm talking about everybody. The more educated we are, the more that we're in the know, the more that collectively we're going to grow. You know what I'm saying? The more that we're going to elevate and have a higher vibration. You know what I'm saying? So stay locked into the AM King show because we're going to bring subjects like this to you from time to time to time. And thank you guys on the panel because we all need this food. You know what I'm saying? We all need this food, especially when we talk about these things. Everybody on the panel is so knowledgeable. And you know what I'm saying? Like we look up, you like, for example, that's why I call Mellow Man the Abbot. You know what I'm saying? Because I get a lot of information from the Mellow Man that I never would have got if I was just around anybody. So we gotta give the Mellow Man the credit, you know what I'm saying? Because really at the end of the day, just like the Woo, you know what I'm saying? That's why I call Mellow Man the Abbot, because he's like the focal point because he got me started with this podcasting thing. So now we're in here and we always been on media time. You know what I'm saying? We always been on media time. So we're just sharing with y'all what we've already been doing, the talks that we have off camera, the things that we discuss when we're off camera. And there's more to unpack, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep on unpacking it for y'all on the AM King show. And thank y'all. Like, subscribe, and share Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube and Facebook, man. The AM King Show. Thank you guys in the chat too for sticking with us all this time. We want to give y'all a big, big shout out every single time because without y'all, you know us, and we know that you guys are the real MVP. And that's why I say y'all the real MVP of the show. You guys make it go. You guys make the wheel turn. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys 110%. You already know. You already know. Stay locked in with us, y'all. And of course, you know, we had our hour moment. So you know what time it is. Out there for the folks. We got to get y'all in a good space before you guys head on out and enjoy your day. Make sure y'all have a great Monday. Make sure y'all remember Malcolm X today. Make sure you guys do something positive because Malcolm said so, not just because we did. Just do something positive in the world today. Make a positive change out here in the world. You know what I mean? But this is this one I came across, and this is diabolical. They really don't be giving a FUCK on Japanese television. Y'all have a look at this.
I see trees don't breathe. Land over I see the moon, lonely and you, and I think to myself.
Professor Clark?
Them jabs be wigging sometimes. Yo, they be wigging. They be wigging.
That is the wig moment. If there was any wig moment, the wig out. Pete Rock.
Yo, and they petty with it. They intentionally didn't put red lipstick on him. If this was like 10 years ago, they would have put red lipstick on him.
They got some nerve to have the Japanese dude impersonating Satchmo. Hey, yo, did you see his face?
I see trees don't breathe. Land over I see the moon, lonely and you, and
Oh, there's no way. It's
sacrilegious.
Sacrilegious and ridiculous, man. When you see somebody painted up like this, they be wigging. Thinking, oh my goodness. Hey, P, that was so sacrilegious, man. Our next funny is just going sum it all up.
Classic.
Reverend X. Talk about sacrilegious. Have a listen to our message because Sunday was yesterday, but we're going to get the word of God this morning on the AM.
Are you laughing, biatch? You find it funny? You find it funny? Huh? Wait, you ain't talk, you ain't hear me, huh? Get it again, okay, I'm gonna say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit. God Almighty, you know, ruler of heaven and earth and every goddamn thing in between. You understand me now? Say what? You trust in the devil, huh? Well, if God send the devil in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit, then motherfucker, you fucked up, huh? You fucked up, huh? You know your ass is doomed. What you got to speak? If you don't know shit to speak on this topic I'm bringing up, shut your goddamn ass up.
say, let this man be on community
Yo,
TV.
Reverend X be wigging.
Oh,
Yes.
something to the end.
He said, repeat it after me. I come in, come in the name of Jesus. By the power of the Holy Spirit.
It's like crip walking and shit.
Yeah, he be dancing to Prince, Tupac, Mystical.
Here I go.
Here I go.
Yo,
Oh,
he put the Holy Spirit as soon as he said, here I go.
Oh, man.
Couldn't even say because he had to do
yeah.
this little dance. Yeah, right? Biatch. This dude is diabolical.
Are you laughing, biatch? You find it funny? You find it funny? Huh? Wait, you ain't talk, you ain't hear me, huh? Get it again. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch.
Bitch.
Oh man, Jesus Lord, man, Reverend X is diabolically funny, man.
Yeah.
Dismo said he met the dude on the bus on the L in L.A. back in the day. I
That's
bet.
crazy.
Yeah, I remember you was
Yeah, that's
that
how he is
story
in real
about Reverend
life.
X. Oh no, yeah, even to this day, like he is like that in real life, man. Everybody know what's going on. Everybody know what's going
He
on with
showed up to
Reverend
Social
X,
Security
bro.
Department talking that.
Yeah,
Some lady told him stop talking and said, "You can correct God," and she stopped talking. I was like, "Oh, like why is he like this?
I'm
Like why
God,
is this man like this?
and you're
For the rating.
I'm not like that exactly."
I'm God. You're not. He about 70 something years old. Yeah, because I seen some of his more recent content. He's still out there, but now he don't do all that. He don't do the extra, but he'll sit there and be like, ah. You should see this.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, his laugh is diabolical, man.
yeah.
He sound like he's a character in Tales from the Hood nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Crazy work, man. Crazy work. Man, thank you guys so much for tapping in with us, man. We will be back on Wednesday and we're going to have another round of good stuff to talk about. Make sure y'all go over to lfxmedia.live right now and tap in with the Woke Show with the Mellow Man PDC. You know what I'm saying? Rolling. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this most said no more crip walking.
He got arthritis now. He ain't doing that.
Nah, it's over for him. You know what I'm saying? LFXmedia.live, though, the woke show. We about to tap in. LBC, Mellow Man, JPad the Juggernaut. We out of here. We will see you guys on Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. sharp on the East Coast.